Everybody and welcome back to FM24 for the Fiorentina Beta save, and it is European Cup final day. Let's dive into it. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the save, and we are taking on Aston Villa in the Europa Conference League final. Now this is the confirmed third place team in Italy versus the fifth placed team in the Premier League, and you can see from the table there 38 games played, 72 points. We pipped Bologna to 4th and Napoli ended up finishing 5th, Atalanta 6th, and Empoli did really well, finishing 7th. Lazio, AC Milan and Roma all missing out on Europe as it stands so far. So a very good season for us. 10 points off league leaders Juventus, so quite a big gap to make up next year. But yeah, not too bad at all. And if we're going to have a look at Aston Villa, as I said, they finished 5th in the Premier League. They had Man City winning the league, Liverpool 2nd, Arsenal 3rd, Chelsea 4th, Villa in 5th, Tottenham in 6th and Newcastle in 7th. Man United in 8th was a bit of a surprise. West Ham down in 14th. Brentford getting relegated was probably a bit of a surprise as well. I don't know if there's anyone we could potentially plunder from Brentford who would fancy a little move to Fiorentina. I mean, I'm scrolling right down straight away to Ivan Toney, who's wanted by Man United and Real Madrid. So we probably aren't going to be getting him. But he's unhappy because he wants to move to a bigger club, even though this club have just stood by him through his ban for his gambling. So nothing there. Brian Mbeumo is also wanted by Chelsea, Man City, United, Dortmund and Real Madrid. Brian Mbeumo obviously looking pretty good this year in FM as well. We've got Vitaly Janot, who's wanted by Borussia Dortmund, a 26-year-old central midfielder. Wow, this has turned into a how are Brentford getting on, really, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, they got relegated, so not very well at all. But going back to Aston Villa then. Aston Villa, we got a little bit of things to be wary of, let's say. I don't know why it's listed out every single goalkeeper they have at their club, but it has, so we'll just ignore that. But looking at goals, Ollie Watkins up there, 40 in 60. They've signed Jamie Vardy, who's retiring at the end of the year, 16 in 35. So, yeah, how much did they buy Jamie Vardy for? 2.1 million for him to retire. Bloody hell. That's a bold investment. Ollie Watkins is wanted by Al Nazir and Al Ittihad in Saudi Arabia. 28-year-old Ollie Watkins is looking very good. What's he got? Good fitness, good stamina, good teamwork, good work rate, good finishing. Yeah, he's going to be a tough little person to keep contained in there. Goals wise, Nico Zaniolo from attacking midfield left as well. He'll be very famous in Serie A after having a stint at Roma for quite a while. Nicola Zaniolo's out there. Diaby obviously getting some goals, 11. Assists wise, 16 for Diaby, 16 for Douglas Luiz, and 14 for Ollie Watkins as well. Douglas Luiz wanted by Al Hilal. So lots of their players wanted by Saudi Arabia, which seems to be quite a common theme in a Football Manager this year if you've got your own game. So yeah, it will be interesting. But it is time for the final. It's time for us to go in here and pick our team. So obviously in goal is Andre Lunin. We had a chat with Terracino. He said he was unhappy he wasn't playing too many games. We said, you're going to have to get used to being a cup goalkeeper. And he said, great, that's fine. So that was easy enough. Malang Sarr came to us complaining that he wasn't playing enough football. We said to him, you're going to have to used to be being a squad player. He went, great, that's fine. So 2 really good player involvements there, which is nice to see. Into the back 3 is the wide centre-back on the right-hand side. We will start out there, probably Gatti, I think. Gatti, Quattara and Luca Ranieri will probably be our starting, well, I say probably, are our starting 3 centre-backs for this game. The Segundo Volantes in the middle, obviously will be Ryan Gravenberch and, what's his face still injured? Madragora is back. He's slightly short of fitness, but I think we're going to start him anyway in the cup final. Wing back on the left will be Parisi, and on the right will be Nicolas Gonzalez. In behind the striker will be Marinchuk, and then the striker obviously will be Mauritius starting up there, but the advanced forward will be, it's advanced forward, AF. I don't know why I was questioning myself, and Mauritius obviously playing up there with him, and then we'll have absolutely everybody on the bench because you get a stupid amount of substitutes in these finals, and Terracino makes the squad whole. The 5 people unregistered are the 5 people that miss out on the squad, and yeah, I'm excited. So it's going to be I love the fact it says our back 3 aren't playing very well together. But yeah, clearly they are, because we came third in Serie A in our first season. But yeah, the 3-4-3 for Fiorentina is what we're taking into this game. It's going to be tough. We're going to get into it. We'll be back for kickoff. Well, we won't. We'll be back for the music, because it's so good. Here we are then. The music is playing this time. I don't think I edited it in last time, but it is playing. There is Aston Villa in a 4-2-4 or a 4-2-2-2 wide. And there we are in our 3-4-3 system. Parisi really pushing up on the left. We know that's going to happen. I do think we need some squad depth, but I think we need to sort out the squad after this game and see how we're going. So we are already in the Champions League. So even if we don't win this game, we're going to be in the Champions League. But yeah, it will be interesting. The teams line up. Fiorentina versus Aston Villa in the Europa Conference League final. So for this game, obviously, we go into extended highlights at a slightly slower speed than what I would normally play. But Aston Villa, the first team that get on the ball. Matty Cash is going to run down that right-hand side. Well played by Madrigora to just intercept it and put it out for the throw. But it's going to be interesting. Aston Villa lining up in that 4-2-4. It is a system we've faced reasonable amount of times in Serie A. It seems to be the go-to attacking system for a number of teams, but Aston Villa starting on the attack. Header from Konza past the near post. It would look like Lunin had that one covered, but either way, a decent effort for Aston Villa, who you can see pushing us high up the pitch. Not going to let us sort of play out from the back. They are, I guess with that press, they're not meant to let us play out the back, but they definitely have let us play out the back there. As Konza into Kamara, out to Alex Moreno. Diaby onto Ramsey. Ramsey just goes wide. He gets into the box, cuts it back. Kamara, block shot, and it's cleared away. And well, Miranchuk had a loose touch, but wins it back. 10 minutes gone, and it's all Aston Villa. We have a throw-in. Madrigora turns, gives it into Mauritius. We know he's dangerous. Mauritius shoots just past the post. It's a block, and it will be our own corner. This one, but we're not going to see it. That was our only shot of the game inside the opening 14 to 15 minutes, so not been a truly positive start. I'm wondering if, it looks like Aston Villa are playing quite a high line, so I think we're not going to play out of defence and we're going to pass it into space to try and get it over the top. Nico Gonzalez into Beltran, gives it back to Nico, into Mauritius, out to Madrigora, out to Parise into the box. He tried for the outside of the boot, left-footed chance, but it didn't go in. Miranchuk with the corner. Oh, puts it to the edge of the area. Gravenberch in space. On one more to Madrigora. That's a really bad pass. And Matty Cash could potentially want to counter-attack here. He's got a man on the far side. He's also got Ramsey going down the line, and he finds him. And Ramsey's there. Cuts it back to Diaby. Shot past the post. That little cut back to the edge of the area. It's obviously something Fiorentina have been working on quite a lot, but yeah, we're going to see if that little tweak to the system, not playing out from the back because of the press. Oh, that's a goal for Aston Villa. Well, that's not gone very well, has it? Diaby puts them 1-0 up. He had just a recent effort that flew through the post, or flew past the post. Marino with a simple throw into Zaniolo, and Kamara, I think it was Gravenberch that just switched off, and Diaby from inside the penalty spot fires it home. 1-0 Aston Villa, which is not ideal, to be honest. Throwing down the other end, Parisi. Madrigora, back to Parisi. He's into the box. What can he do? He's still going. Shot on his right foot. Good save from Martinez in goal. He'll be happy from that one. Parisi doing well there. Right, we've got Miranchuk again. There's a man free on the edge of the area again. It does go short to Madrigora. Back to Miranchuk. Back to Madrigora again, but Miranchuk was offside. The Aston Villa defence pushing out very quickly indeed. And Aston Villa have had the better of this first half. It would be really nice to win a trophy in this first season, but at the moment, we're not going to be doing that. Kamara, robbed very well by Madrigora. Pau Torres, Douglas Luiz, back to Konza. Out it goes to Matty Cash. Matty Cash runs down the left as Parisi goes and pressures him. The cross comes in towards Ramsey. Great save from Lunin at that far post, and it's a free header for Ramsey there. And the 4-2-4 is causing us a few issues, it seems. I'm wondering if we go to a sort of a more traditional 4-3-3. I'm sort of thinking we could bring in the Brighton formation, but I don't really have. It wouldn't really suit Parisi. That's the problem. It would suit pretty much everyone else in the squad, but not Parisi. Miranchuk comes back and wins the ball well. Mauritius holds on to it into Gravenberch. We're yet to see a ball over the top into space, but we might have to take that instruction off. Nico Gonzalez cuts in. Mauritius ball through Beltran. There's a man square. He's been forced wide. Back it goes to Nico Gonzalez. In one more. Parise. Can he get the cutback? He can. And I think it's Mauritius has the shot. And I think it hit Marinchuk, which took it past Martinez, I think. I don't think it was Marinchuk that just had the shot. Beltran cut it back really well. Gonzalez, I thought, was going to shoot, but put it into a bit of space for Parise. He laid it back. Oh, it was just Marinchuk with the shot. 1-1, 5 minutes before half-time. We are back in this game. Probably not deserved. It's been pretty close. No sides really dominated as Gonzalez tried to put that one into the space. Pau Torres covered it well. And Alex Moreno will come forward with it. Goes to Ramsey down the line. Good tackle from Gravenberch. Gatti up into Beltran. Looking for Nico Gonzalez, who is going to rob Moreno. Mauritius is in the middle. What a save from Emi Martinez in goal. Right on the stroke of half-time. It's all becoming Fiorentina's game now as Miranchuk takes this again to the edge of the area. Madragora into Gravenberch. Gravenberch shoots over the bar. Yeah, not a bad effort that from the corner. But 1-1 at half-time. You can see we have grown into that in the second half. So I think we stick with it. We tell them they've done all right. We don't go in negative. We tell them they've done all right. And we give them a bit of encouragement from the off. Cortada into Gravenberch. Gatti just holds on to the ball. Goes back to Cortada. Into Madragora. Madragora goes out to Nico Gonzalez, but it's intercepted. And Aston Villa got back a bit of possession, but didn't do too much with it. So if I'll pause it in a minute. I want to try and figure out what Aston Villa's formation is doing as Ramsey lays it back to Zaniolo. Good save from Lunin. It was straight at him, but he held on. So they've got an inverted wing back who's going to push into the middle. Douglas Luiz is going to drop in. So they're actually sort of playing with a back four. Because it will push Torres wide a little bit. You'll drop in here. You'll push up, you'll come in. So we should really be dominating them in the middle. I think we're going to go like this. I think we're going to go back to keeping the ball and play through the middle. And see if we can make that work. Because in theory, in the transition, they should only have one person in the middle of the pitch, which will be the inverted wing-back. As Cortada gives it back to Lunin. Ranieri. I don't mind us keeping the ball a little bit here. You can see we've got plenty of numbers forward. It's just about waiting for that moment. And there we go. There is a gap in midfield. As Gravenberch out to Nico Gonzalez. Back to Gravenberch in space. Squares it. Beltran's there. It's 2-1. And it's only fair that Gravenberch gets a goal contribution in this game because he has been superb for us this season. He has been absolutely majestic. And he did really well, dropping it off to Nico Gonzalez, just going on the run, not tracked. And at Gravenberch, square ball, Beltran with a lovely finish. 2-1 Fiorentina. We've turned this game around early in the second half. And that is absolutely superb. And the only person playing badly is Mauritius. And he may have a knock because his heart has gone down quite a lot. We do have an injury in there for Miranchuk. So it's going to be a double substitution. We're going to bring on Belotti for Mauritius. Belotti on loan has done a half-decent job as a substitute for us. And Miranchuk off for Castrovilli in that attacking midfield position as well. Just to make sure we keep it fresh. We can't have any passengers like Miranchuk with his slight injury in this one. We are 2-1 up. We can now give him a bit more praise for being 2-1 up. How is fitness in the middle of the park? We'll have to have a look in a minute. Ball comes in. Gatti gets a header on it. Pau Torres keeps it alive. Kamara. Pau Torres. Good ball out towards Ramsey, but Gravenberch picks up the loose header. As everyone was appealing for offside, Gravenberch gives it back to Gonzalez. There's Madragora into Belotti. Out to Parise. Now Belotti needs to get back in the box so he can get on the end of a cross. As it goes in, it was looking for Belotti, but couldn't quite pick it up. And now we have launched a lot of people forward as Diaby comes forward. Vardy into Watkins. He looked offside. He was offside. As, Jamie Vardy on to cause us a bit of trouble at the back with a bit more pace. Ranieri with the ball. 66 minutes gone. It's a heavy touch from Parise, sort of indicating that he might be making mistakes because he's tired. Ramsey. Gravenberch just leaves it really cleverly for Castrovilli, who finds Belotti. Belotti is not a quick striker to run away. He's the man we want in there to hold it up and pass it backwards. As Vardy picks this one up. Runner is Kamara. Shot from range. Lunin sees it over the bar. I think we need some fresh legs. Yeah, tired players coming in. Gonzalez tired. Madragora tired as well. So we'll do Gonzalez off for Dodo, who's been coming on that right-hand side. Madragora off for Arthur, which leaves us with one more sub later on in the break. And it'll probably be Gatti for Sarr, I think. But we're going to just leave it like that for now. We are 20 minutes away from winning the Europa Conference League, as which would be, and I think would be a good achievement against a team like Aston Villa. Ramsey on that side into Kamara. He looks like he's still got fresh legs. He's tracked by Gravenberch. Ball across. Callum Chambers up there. Lunin with a fantastic save. Not too sure what Callum Chambers is doing up there, to be honest, in that sort of situation. But he was, and he forced a good save from Lunin. Ball comes in. Konza challenges for it. Falls to Ramsey. Back to Diaby. Diaby takes a heavy touch, and it will go out for a goal kick. I just want to make sure they haven't changed full-back, inverted wing-back, Valenti half-back. They're sticking with it, so we'll stick with our system of playing out from the back and playing through the middle, because we should outnumber them in transition. Alex Moreno, Ramsey, ball into Boubacar Kamara, and that's Belotti with a good tackle. I mean, didn't really need to slide there. That's a good tackle from Parise as well. Back to Arthur. Parise looks to spread the play towards Dodo's beaten in the air. Dodo isn't the tallest. Ramsey's into the box, and it's sort of hit the post. I think it hit the post. That was really weird. It hit the post, but you can tell that they are coming on us a little bit here, so we will not counter-press them anymore. We're just going to try and sit a little bit deeper, and I think we will see how this highlight goes, and then we'll decide what to do. Lunin plays it short to absolute nobody, but Gravenberch is there to win it back, and Gatti keeps it in play into Kratara, I think I've been calling him, but that definitely isn't his name. Let me know in the comments how you pronounce that one, because I'm pretty sure I've been getting it wrong all season. Kratara into Arthur. Up to Castrovilli. That's not a good pass. We need to make sure of these passes. Diaby into Watkins, who's missed the target. And a player who scores 40 goals in a season, you really do expect them to put that one away. So we've got Gatti, who could come off. Parise is tired, could come off, but he's having a good game. Gravenberch is tired, but I really don't want to take him off for his physicality. So I think it will be Gatti off for Malang Sarr. You go out here. We'll put... In fact, we'll leave Sarr's the weakest. Do we leave him in the middle because of his fitness? Ranieri, no, the back three aren't tired. I think I don't want Sarr in the middle of the back three. He is not as good as I was hoping when we first brought him in, but he is going to get the final 8 minutes of the Europa Conference League final to try and see this through, and he's there, beaten in the air straight away. But Ranieri covers well. Sarr out to Gravenberch into Beltran. Oh, if he could have just put that through to Dodo, he may have been in some space. Beltran does now put it down the line to Dodo. Back to Gravenberch. He's robbed by Kamara, who's had an outstanding game in that midfield. And Jamie Vardy, who is in as a substitute, fires home his 18th goal of the season. He is retiring after this game, so he's going to want to go out with a bit of a bang. And Jamie Vardy makes it 2-2 with 83 minutes to go. And with that, we'll put our counter-press back on and try and win this game. Diaby, lovely ball over the top. He actually ran away from Katara, and Vardy's there, left-footed, past Lunin. Maybe the keeper could have done better, but it's disappointing concede with 5 minutes to go. It's been a very even game in terms of XG. Belotti's not done what I was hoping from him when he's come on, and Beltran is now injured. I think we're going to have to play with 10 until we get to extra time, yeah. So we'll stay as is and play with 10 with 5 minutes of injury time. Now, this could be a bit of an issue here as Kamara runs through into Arthur. Diaby into Watkins. Watkins shoots Lunin. An absolutely top save. And now I'm thinking, let's not trust that through the middle anymore. Let's get the players playing however they want to. And I can't believe Kamara is still running as much as he is. But that is going to be full time, and it's extra time. As you can see, the Aston Villa bench there, trying to get behind their players. You're doing very well. Keep going. I think we can... Understands he's carrying an injury. Understands you to being tired. Okay, people have understood that they're coming off and stuff. But, yeah, Beltran is injured, so we can at least bring on Nzola now, and that is... That's all the subs are allowed to do, I think, isn't it? In extra time. Oh no, we're not. We can do loads. So Solbakken on. Oh no, you can do 6 in total. So let's undo that. Let's leave Gravenberch there at the moment. Parise is very tired, so I think we can do Parise for Coyote. I just can't afford to take Gravenberch off because he's easily our best player. But that has now I'm so confused. Hang on. What? Lucas Beltran off for Enzola. I can't bring on Enzola because Beltran went off and put us down to 10 men. That seems like a bit of a bug. Because we would have just kept him on hobbling around, right? Man, that's very irritating. Okay, Parise off for Coyote. We're going to change Belotti to try and run in behind, even though he's not very quick. Actually, do you know what we're going to do, Belotti? We're going to ask you to do absolutely everything. Do as much as you can while you're up there. I don't know, do we get another sub? No, we don't. Man, so we have to play with 10 men because he had to come off the pitch. Wow, okay. Michael Coyote on for Parise. You would say the favourites for this game are Aston Villa playing against 10 men for another 30 minutes of football. Watkins back to Konza. I'm tempted to drop our line a little bit because Vardy and Konza are both so quick. Chambers into Kamara. Kamara comes forward with it down to Diaby, but Coyote covers it well. Fresh legs. He's going to have a big job. The right wing back playing as a left wing back is going to have a very busy job on that side. Here is Tyrone Mings, who is tackled well by Belotti. Douglas Luiz, Konza. Kamara again. Mings over the top. A good header away from Katara. Alex Moreno brings it down the left-hand side. Ball in towards the back post. Ranieri, the great header. In it goes. Diaby. It's all Aston Villa at the moment, and the shot goes wide. Bloody hell. Keep going, boys. I know we're down to 10. Just got to keep trying. As Watkins drops deep and gives it off to Konza. Konza into Kamara. Back to Konza. Konza brings it forward again. I really didn't want to end the game with just Belotti up front. In it goes. Header off the bar. And Malang Sarr's there to just clear it away. Chambers will pick it up. He'll come running down the right-hand side. And that's going to go in towards Vardy, who spins off his man and keeps it alive for Aston Villa. Moreno, Douglas Luiz, shot blocked. And Castrovilli flings it out to Dodo. Up it goes towards Castrovilli, but it hits him in the arse and falls to Diaby. And Diaby comes forward to the byline. And Watkins, who's had a really shit game, has scored his 41st goal of the season. And that is going to cause us some issues with 10 men. I hit Castrovilli in the arse, fell to Kamara, into Diaby, and Diaby just ran to the wing. There's the cutback, and Watkins isn't... Oh, it's even hit the defender and gone through Lunin's legs. It's very unlucky for the boys. Coyote's going to have to push up. We're going to go defensive winger, you go up, and Segundo Volante on attack. Switch those two over. It's not the team, it's not the players we need right now for this to happen, but we've got to try, right? We've got to try. Moussa Diaby on a 9.9 in the Europa Conference League final. And we need to make things work. But as I said, Aston Villa are favourites with how the game stands right now. 10 men. We're down to 10 men because of an injury. Well done, Katara, but the passes aren't working. It's a shot from Tielemans over the bar. Let's go a little bit more direct. I don't really want to play wider. Let's just aim for Belotti. Get it up there. We'll go and press. See what we can do. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very, very tough here. Lunin having a good game for us. Gravenberch obviously having a good game. Strikers, I mean, maybe Enzola for Belotti was the call when Mauritius was injured. Beltran has got injured. It's very, very tough, this. It's a very tough situation to be in. And Belotti gives the ball away straight away. And Coyote has to bail him out of trouble a little bit. Lunin, just go long, aim for Belotti. Lunin brings it out. He does go long, but we don't see where that goes. And you can see Aston Villa have just taken control of the game since we went down to 10, really. They've finally taken off Kamara. Tielemans has come on to replace him. So they've now got a fresh midfield. Konza wasting time into Diego Carlos, and Dodo should have the pace to get back there, and does. He does well, but not a good clearance. It's only found Diaby, who is in on goal. It was a good foot on it. Put him off, but it looks like it's going to be a loss here, which is a big, big shame, really. 4 minutes to go. We have to throw caution to the wind, really. So we've got to do something, haven't we? We've got to do something. That'll give us a 5-channel attack, but I don't think it's going to be enough right now. I don't think it is. Alex Moreno into Ramsey. Good block on the cross from Dodo. Diego Carlos picks it up and he'll just stride towards goal. Good block on the shot. It falls to Callum Chambers. Good save from Lunin. Good hit from Chambers, that one. There is a couple of minutes to go as Lunin goes long looking for Belotti, who, I mean, I was expecting more in a big game. He's normally a big game player. Vardy through to Watkins, and Watkins went for a little sort of placed chip, it looked like. Lunin saw it over the bar. We'll go attacking for the last minute. There's only 1 minute of added time. It's now or never. Castrovilli into the wall. Katara into Castrovilli again. Gets enough space for a shot, but it's over the bar. Very attacking it is for the last minute of extra time, as Martinez, with 15 seconds to go, is just going to waste this time. And that will be the end of the game. He's done very well. He sends the defenders up. And that's it. It's all over. The referee just calls it with Martinez yet to take the goal kick. And Aston Villa win the Europa Conference League. Well done to them. I mean, they've had a great season. 5th in the Premier League under Unai Emery. Winning a European trophy. But really, I'm not that worried because we're in the Champions League already. It just would have been nice to win. And I think losing because we went down to town to 10 men because of an injury is a little bit of a... it's always a little bit annoying. I can only sympathise. I'm not going to have a go at the players for that one. But well done, Aston Villa, in extra time. Ollie Watkins wins it for them with what is 41st goal of the season or something. But Beltran is out for 3 to 4 weeks with a fractured rib. He definitely could have just walked around on the pitch with a fractured rib. But there you go. Miranchuk injured for 9 to 12 days with a thigh. We get 2.5 million. Bit of player fitness is a bit of an issue there. We won in the under-20 Primavera semi-final. Lovely. 1.5 million. Another 1.06 million. We pay out 1.9 million for squad and backroom staff. And yeah, there you go. Runners-up Fiorentina. Biggest overachievers, Athletic Club de Escalades. Biggest underachievers were Ajax. Best match was a 2-2 draw, which went to penalties by Europa FC. And yeah, Aston Villa won it. So... well done to them. Ollie Watkins was the top goal scorer in the competition with 13. Parisi was the highest assister with 9, which is good to see. And the highest average rating was this guy, Nicholas Kuhn. Let's give him Kuhn. Kuhn. It's got the umlaut over the U. Kuhn, I think it is. But because it's Müller, isn't it? Thomas Müller. So that'll be Kuhn. Kuhn, I think. Kuhn. Not sure. Anyway, that is the end of the season. Let's just go and see if we picked up any awards in the Europa League, as Napoli have sacked their manager. If we want to change this to a Napoli save. Oh yes, we've made a few little offers for free transfers, so we'll see that as Napoli want either Mourinho or Potter, apparently, which is pretty interesting for their fans. I think Potter would suit them better than Mourinho, but they'll probably go for Mourinho. Your team scored the most set-piece goals in the league in a season. There we go. That's what we just unlocked there. I'm not actually fussed about any of this because I pretty much know it all anyway. Good, the manager timeline's still in, yeah, that's good to see. So, Jamie Vardy has won the UEFA Europa Conference League Player of the Season, with Moussa Diaby coming second and Mauritius coming third. He scored 6 in 8. Mauritius scored 10 in I don't know how many games, so that's a weird one. Watkins wins the Golden Boot for 13 goals in 15 appearances. Lucas Beltran comes second with 12 goals. Mauritius claims the Young Player of the Season award in the Conference League, and we get Gatti named in there, and it is dominated by Aston Villa. And Frank Lampard can now speak Italian, which is good for him. Biagatti has opted to stay, whoever he is. We've got some focus, supporters profile update. We've got more fair weather supporters and less hardcore supporters, but we gained 665,000 followers on social media, which is always good. And there we go. They want us to play entertaining football, develop players in the club used to them, play attacking football, possession football, set pieces, and high tempo football. Work within the wage budget. A minimum 4-year contract for first team players. Wow. Okay. Qualify for the Europa League. Reach the knockout stages of the Champions League. Work towards qualifying for the Champions League. Challenge for a Serie A title. Win Serie A by 2028-29. Well, if we haven't done it by probably 2 seasons, we're probably giving up. So there we go. We'll accept that and just get it done and go from there. Squad dynamics. Everything's looking all right. End of season meeting. I'll do that off camera. Yeah, all of this stuff. Oh, training camp destination. Let's go to Singapore. That's where I live, and I'd love to see Fiorentina play. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one, which will be the start of Season 2 of the Fiorentina Beta / Early Access save. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your comments down below. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.